Hi, my name's Tim Foote. Welcome to our very first Market Insights video report. It is our pleasure to present to you our insights into the property market on the Lower North Shore. We're going to look at it in 4 different segments: houses under and over $3 million and apartments under and over $1.5 million. So sit back, grab yourself a drink, and we look forward to the next few minutes. So let's first look at the overall Sydney property market. In the last 9 months, property sales have gone from $30,000 per month to $19,000 per month. And auction clearance rates have gone from 66% to 55%. Now, at first glance, this may seem as quite negative news, but in actual fact, there's quite positive news in these statistics. The reason for that is the way that prices have responded to these numbers is actually plateaued rather than dropped, which is exactly how we would want it. So looking at auction clearance rates on the Lower North Shore, good news is that our market has outperformed the overall market by between 5 and 8% over the last 3 months. There's no doubt that buyer demand is very price sensitive at the moment. Where owners are pricing their properties to market, we're seeing good competition and premium prices achieved. Where owners are overpricing their properties even as little as 5%, we're seeing that buyers are going elsewhere where they see market value. Whilst the media's been telling us that the top end's been doing it tough, data is actually telling us otherwise. This last 3 months there's been 32 sales above $3 million, which compares in 2010 to 54 sales and in 2009 24 sales. So over the last 2 years, our price point has actually increased by 10%. One of the great opportunities we're seeing in the current market is for young professional families selling in a lower price point that's stronger and buying into a higher price point that's relatively softer. And another opportunity that we're seeing at the moment is owners selling local Australian property to take advantage of the Australian dollar and converting that into other currency assets. And so we're seeing overseas owners selling their Australian properties to buy either property or other things overseas. We're also seeing local people who have buying opportunities overseas selling their Australian property to buy overseas assets.
Over the last 2 years, we've had good, strong price growth, which does look like it's set to continue. 2010 quarter, the number of homes on the market was a little bit down, but it doesn't seem to have affected the prices in this sector. And demand is strong. There are some significant opportunities that are presenting themselves at the moment for people who are considering moving into and buying and upgrading and buying into the next price point. Under the $3 million market is strong. The other opportunity within this is I'm talking to a lot of people who are considering, do they renovate their home or not? It's really worth doing the exercise and actually having a look at the homes in that higher price point, because you might find that you can actually buy a home that's already renovated that's going to cost you less than go through the angst and the pain of actually having to renovate your home.
If we look at the first sales quarter figures of this year, they compare favourably with 2008 and 2009. In actual fact, they're 245% up on 2009, which is great. What this demonstrates is it's a strong market for quality properties. A good case study to use as an example is 3 of 31A Carabella Street in Kirribilli. This was a waterfront townhouse. It sold for considerably more than $4 million, and that represented the best sale in Kirribilli since May 2008. I think the opportunities out there today are for sellers. The market is actually better than what the public's perception is and what the press is reporting. So I think what we're going to see for this spring is maybe not as many properties coming to market because of what the press has reported. And that will mean that market supply and demand will favour the seller because there's still going to be a lot of buyers out there. If we look at 2008, half the properties came to market compared to last year in 2010. So there's a great opportunity for selling.
Since quarter 1 2009 to quarter 1 2011, we've seen the apartment market grow from approximately $490,000 to almost $600,000. So that represents a near $100,000 growth, or 20% growth, in just a 2-year period. There's a great opportunity at the moment for upgrader buyers, people who currently own an apartment and are considering either moving towards a semi, a townhouse or a freestanding house. The current market conditions are very favourable for upgraders. What we'll tend to see is they'll sell their property for a good price. We'll still have a lot of competition from buyers on the property. They'll secure a good price. They then have the luxury of taking that money and buying a house in what is a relatively softer housing market. There was a recent report in the Financial Review which also suggested that the demand for these types of apartments will only continue to grow, and obviously that will bode very well for anyone who's investing in property right now.
Thank you for joining us, and please feel free to help yourselves by downloading the attached report, which is what we've based all our analysis on, and also to call any one of our agents to give you any further market advice or provide a market appraisal for your property. All the best, and look forward to seeing you next time.